All right, there we go. Yes, thank you very much, Caleb. You know, it's an amazing accomplishment. I wouldn't have thought about it at all. I wouldn't have thought about it. Kind of short of words on it. I'm just kind of letting it flow. But it's an amazing thing. So proud of it.
When you received that call from Assistant Vice Chancellor for Intercollegiate Athletics, Tyler Unsicker, what was your reaction?
Oh, man, uh, shocked. First of all, I wasn't too sure who Tyler was. I never met him. I never met him. It was the old AD. I'm sure he's left now. He was the one I was familiar with. Yeah, never met Tyler, so I was confused on what's going on. Can I help you? And I really heard it from Mackenzie.
Mhm.
Shout out to Mackenzie. Great job he's doing over there. Amazing job. Yeah, I heard it from him. Uh, he's the one that told me, oh, okay, Tyler's reaching out to you for this. And oh, yeah, okay. So that's when I indulged in it and spoke to him, and he told me, and I was, wow, ecstatic. I tell you, I was, proud of it. I was so happy for it because I guess they say the cycle comes around. I guess he knew how much I felt about the place. He knew you know, how much I put into it. While I was doing it. So, I was just shocked. Surprised. Uh, it's the first time I've heard of it. Of the Hall of Fame from LSUA. So I didn't know. I wasn't expecting such. So yeah, pretty much shocked. Very shocked. And over the moon, though. I tell you.
How did you end up at LSUA?
Ooh. Yeah, that question. I can speak on that for hours. I can speak on that for hours because I'm not even too sure how it happened. I'll just say life. Life kind of brought me down that way. It came at a point when I was in, it was either LSUA, that pathway, keep chasing my dream, football, or um, get stuck in the working corporate world. Keep working because at that time I had to, provide. I have just moved over from Nigeria. That's where I went to high school. So came back over to the States. And then yeah, I just went down that pathway. I started looking into colleges, and I was in Houston, Texas. So Louisiana wasn't too much of a stretch. So I looked and and everything was just smooth from then on. That's how I kind of knew that's the path I was supposed to go on. It's just smooth. The way everything happened, from applying to the accepting to the football scholarship, everything just was a straight path, no corners. So yeah, it was life. Life took me down that path, Kelly. I tell you, life does amazing things to us. Yeah,
What do
yeah,
you
it's
miss
been blessed.
most about your time at LSUA?
It's got to be the people I've met. The people I've met on that journey. Wow. Never seen that many. Never been. Well, I've traveled my life, but I've never, been together with so many internationals. It was a big thing. I think when I first started, it was we're about on the team. We're about 80 internationals. Yeah, my first year, second year with Brooklyn Chapman. He was the head coach then. Shout out to Brooklyn as well. He's amazing. He was a different kind of coach. Exactly what we needed at that time. How he handled it, I'm not too sure. It was about 80 to almost 100 of us internationals, and it was on the team. He got it organized, split us into teams, and then from then on, he took the program to where it was. But yeah, it's got to be the people. It's got to be the people that I met on the journey. Mackenzie, loads of the internationals, the English guys, the Caribbean guys. You know, they they shaped everything around there. I think that's what the culture was kind of built on. It was built on most people coming together, chasing one dream, chasing one goal, you know, helping each other on the way. And yeah, that's meant a lot. It meant a lot to me, I tell you. The people were big. Obviously, the culture there, Louisiana. It was my first time in that culture. It has its own special. It has its own special culture. So yeah, I really really like that about it. Just meeting different people, living with people, growing with them, learning their differences, and making it work. So that's a huge part of what made it memorable for me. I tell you, yeah.
Looking back, would you have done anything differently in your time at LSUA?
I would probably enjoy it a bit more. While I was in while I was in there, it was easy. Obviously, it's easy to you know things maybe get frustrating or not fully engage on the ride. You know, but that's probably what I'll do different. Just fully enjoy it. Know where it's taking me and just fully trust it. So nothing really differently. I think everything worked out for itself. I think everything went the way it was supposed to go. Yeah, so nothing really. I wouldn't change a thing. I tell you, man. Everything worked out to be the way the way you wanted to.
What advice do you have for current and future LSUA student athletes?
For just embrace culture. Embrace different cultures you come across. Just like I said, live in the moment. Enjoy what you're doing. Um, Continue to learn, to grow. Don't feel like you know everything, or don't feel like you've seen everything. Okay, you just continue to take it. Learn from the people, grow every day. Can get stressful, of course. The student athlete life, any student athlete can really say, it could be hectic, man. It could be hectic. But that's the what you that's the kind of the cave you should enjoy. It's easy to get frustrated about it, or ask why this is happening, or this that. But I think just fully enjoy. You have help all around you. That's one of the amazing things. There's help everywhere. So with Mackenzie there as well for this the soccer athletes specifically. You have good guys around you. I know the other athletes, so much help around there. So ask for help, meet people, go out, be open, and I think it would be a good ride for you. Sure.
What was if you had to pick one, two, your most memorable moment at LSUA?
Ooh, narrow it down to one or two. Let's see. So many memories. Yeah, I was there for 4 years. Did my whole college life, so so many memories, Caleb. I tell you, it's gotta be the first time we won conference and we made it to the national championship. I believe that was the first for the college. I believe that was the first. Yeah, so it was a good one. It was a good one. That's when we had so many internationals. The ride was amazing. To get there. With Michael Purpat. Shout out to him as well. I'm not sure you know him, but yeah, he did an amazing job. He's so much experience he had. I remember he passed it on to us, told us the feelings. And to make it that far was with the group of guys. I think it was very special. Very special. Um, is the traveling, the classes, getting back, having to work it out, get into teams. Having to balance that school and that was remarkable. It was something definitely got to tell people about. Something you got to enjoy. But that was probably my memory when we won the conference. We won the conference. I believe I was I want to say 17, 18. I believe we won the conference then. We went to the national championship. First round, second round, good. It was good. We didn't make it all the way, but we believed in ourselves, and I think we that was the main thing. It doesn't matter win, loss, or draw. We believed each other. We did definitely fought to the end. So that was memorable for me. I remember Texarkana, winning the final. Yeah, it was scenes. It was amazing. It was amazing. So that'll always be in my heart for sure. For sure.
Did you ever imagine while you were at LSUA that you would wind up in the LSUA Athletics Hall of Fame?
No chance, kid. No chance. I didn't even to be honest, I didn't think we did that, because not everybody does that. I didn't feel like what I did even maybe called for that. I wouldn't say, because I obviously had more to achieve. I wanted to achieve more. I wanted to win the whole thing, of course. Um, Wanted to get to the nationals and win that, So didn't feel like I had done enough. I finished my last year and I was still wanted more, kid. I still wanted to play an extra year if I could, just so I can try to bring that to that college, put the college where it belongs. So yeah, I didn't feel. I didn't feel like that was gonna happen, which is why I'm so happy for it. Um, I had so much more I feel like I could achieve, but you know, I guess it's good how everything happened, Yeah, I saw
On
I
the
didn't I didn't see it. I didn't see it coming, I'm glad it happens now. I'm glad it happened now.
and on the heels of that, how
Yeah.
does it feel to be the first men's soccer inductee?
I have a story for the future. I tell you that. I have something to tell, to tell the kids, the family, in the future. So it's a good story to have. It's a good feeling. It's soccer is still my beloved. I'm still playing here. I still have a club I'm gonna sign for. I'm actually saying here first. I'm moving clubs, so I haven't gotten the news anywhere else. So yeah, I have a club I'm signing for here. But still playing, still in the sport, and it's good to see these accomplishments or these acknowledgments, come from the past, from what I've done. It shows how much I really love the sport. I love the school. I love everything that it came with. So yeah, I'm stoked, man. I'm above the moon. So many I can't even describe the feeling. It's great. It's great. It's great from LSUA for doing this. So and I know they have many more athletes that's gonna come around and that they're gonna be able to acknowledge as well.
You were
Definitely.
a you were a two-time first team all conference selection, a two-time all RAC tournament selection. You were part of the 2018 regular season team that won both the regular season and tournament titles. What was the biggest reason outside of your talent for your success?
No sound my talent is gotta be. I mean, if you're putting it's gonna be putting love for the game on the talent, then yeah, I'm not too sure about that one, but it's just gotta be my love, dedication, you know, to the game, and willingness to learn, willingness to get better. It's gotta be those things, because wasn't I don't feel like I was the most talented, but I think it was those extra things that pushed me over the line. If it was working a little bit harder, training more, if it was encouraging my teammates, it was to bringing on my brother next to me, you know, so that he can perform, I think is what made me, able to perform even better. If I see my brothers, they're working hard, they are, we are working towards a goal. I think that's what really pushed me over the line. Apart from my talent of playing the sport. I've been playing since I was about 8, 9 years old. So I know there was talent there. I did know I could play this sport. If it's professionally, I could. This sport could take me places. So apart from that, it was also the dedication, the working hard, the eagerness to improve. Like I said, raised my brother up next to me. Raised my teammates. Just so important team environment. Keeping the energy high, the vibration high, everything. So I think those little bits are really what pushed me over the line. You know, uh, I was blessed to have a good teammates. Teammates that really wanted it just as much as I did. So that's important. It's important. If you don't have people around you that want it as much, are you really gonna achieve it? So those are the questions. But I was blessed to have them. Grateful for them. Great guys. I'm still in contact with them. That should show you how the relationship went over there. We were brothers. So yeah, apart from the talent, definitely, definitely, it's got to be the hard work. It's got to be your ability to raise your brother next to you, which really count. So it's good on that.
You've touched on it a little bit, but
Yeah.
can you catch us up on what's happened in your life since LSUA?
Football, more football, football. Kind of, you know, traveled a bit. I've had signed my first professional contract in the Faroe Islands, which is by Denmark. If you don't know it, yeah, that's why I got my first contract with Richard. He was my coach then. Great guy. He. So from then on, I've just followed that up, and yeah, it's brought me here to Australia as well. So football is still taking me, still doing things, still shaping my life, still allowing me to meet people and grow. So yeah, I would say a lot has happened, but football has happened. More. I've grown more into the sport. Knowing it more. Yeah. So that's pretty much what's happening. A lot more to come. Excited for the future as well.
That's all the questions I had. Is anything else that you would like to add?
Just I guess for the future athletes over there, I can only wish them well and show them that there's a lot for them to achieve. Like how much they really want to put into their sport. How much they really care about the college, and then everything else will take it from there. They just have to kind of continue to grind day in day out. If it's school, keep that balance with the sport. And like I said, they have help all around them. They're in great hands. LSUA in great hands. If it's the athletes, the soccer, they're in great hands with Kenzie. I know the basketball has always been well. Softball, great. So they're in great hands. I just really want to wish those athletes over there, the best. Because I know how it was when I was over there. So they can. There's a lot for them to look forward to. And I wish everyone over there well. All the teachers as well. They so great. It's like a family community over there. I love it. So that's pretty much my message, just really to the athletes over there. No, it's not the easiest of things, but yeah, it's coming from me. It's great. It's great. Should enjoy it.
Perfect. That's all I have. I appreciate you taking the time out and speaking with me today.
Of course, Caleb. Anytime. I'm in LSUA for life, so I'm always immersed with them. Anything I can do for the college, I'm sure here.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you, Caleb.
Have a
Speak
good
to
week.
you soon, okay?
See you.
Thanks.